Today I want to talk about how to mount a horse safely, how to mount a horse correctly. And my horse, Pippa here, my Straight Egyptian Arabian mare, is my assistant. So let's get right into it. So before you get on your horse, when you get your horse to the mounting block, you want to make sure you check two things. Always wear your riding helmet when you're mounting, dismounting, and getting ready to ride your horse. You want to make sure you check the girth, that it's tightened. I'm getting about 4 fingers behind my girth, but I've checked it a couple times. When I put the saddle on, I walked her, tightened it, and now I'm checking one last time before I mount her. You want to make sure to do this so that the saddle doesn't slide off your horse when you're mounting, which would not be a good thing. Then secondly, you can drop your stirrups to get them ready. Pippa is helping filming. Drop your stirrups. When you get on, they're in the right place and you can get your feet into them. So there you go. You'll have a mounting block most of the time in an arena, in a lesson program, and many times on trails and so forth, public trail rides, you're definitely going to have a mounting block, which is the safest way to get on your horse. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the reins in your hand. So you always want to have a hold of the reins. You just want to have a contact with the horse. You just want to have the security having the reins in case you need them. And you also want to grab a little chunk of the horse's mane. So now you have really a lot of security here in your hold. You have the reins and you have the mane. You'll have your mane, the mane of the horse in your hands. You'll have the reins. The next thing you want to do is place your foot in the stirrup. So it'll be your left foot, and you don't want it sticking all the way through. You just want it on the ball of your foot like this, so you have support and you can stand on it without it slipping out of the stirrup, but you don't want it all the way through the stirrup because you don't want to get caught in the stirrup if you need to get away from your horse really quickly for any reason. Okay, then you want your right hand, which is free, to be on the other side of the saddle. So now you've really got 3 support points here. You have both of your hands, you have the reins, you have your foot, and the next thing you're going to do is just step on your foot and swing your leg over and mount your horse. And once you're on your horse, you want to be able to get your right foot in the stirrup. Whatever's easiest for you, if you need to lean down and put your foot in the stirrup, or if you can just wiggle your foot to get it into the right stirrup. You're finished. You're on your horse. You have your reins. You're seated. You're in control. The horse has stood and waited for you to get in the saddle, and now you can take off and start your ride. What do you do to mount your horse if you don't have a mounting block? If you're out on a trail ride, if you have to get off your horse for some reason and get back on them, how do you deal with that? So I have a couple of suggestions. First off, the easiest thing when you don't have a mounting block is to find a natural mounting block on the trail wherever you are. If you can find a tree stump, rock, or a boulder or something like that, that will give you your natural mounting block and the natural assistance to get on the horse. If you can't find that, the other thing that you can do is lower your stirrup as low as it possibly goes, get your foot in it, and then you can use this to mount your horse. And you want to mount them going in a diagonal. And you want to have your reins. You want to have this hand on the other side of the pommel. You never want to hold on to the back of the saddle when you're mounting, whether you're mounting on the mounting block or from the ground. You always want to hold your saddle here when you're getting on. You do not want to have this hand here and this hand here, because you're torquing your saddle, and this puts pressure on the saddle and actually can damage the tree, the structure of the saddle if you torque it a lot. And it also puts pressure on the back of your horse, and it will hurt your horse's back if you always are torquing your saddle that way. So you never want to do that. You always want your hands right here, early mount the left side or the near side of the horse. This is a custom that just dates back to the cavalry, to military horse riders who had weaponry on their bodies, so they always mounted on the left side. It's what we mainly do, but if you're out on a trail and you're in a setting where you cannot get on your horse from the left, obviously it's totally fine to get on from the right, and you would just do everything on the reverse side that we just did on the left. And you know, there can be reasons for this. The trail could be dropping off severely on the left, or there might be a big rock wall here and you have no room. So depending on your topography and your geography, you are going to want to get on your horse where it's the safest for you. If the horse moves off, you have room and you have space. The reason it is so important to mount your horse correctly and safely is because, as we know, horses are animals of flight. They're fight or flight animals. So if they get frightened when you're in the middle of mounting them, and anything can happen at any time with a horse, you can have everything the way it's supposed to be, and your horse can, something could drop off of the arena or close into the farm, make a loud noise. There just fly a bag or anything could fly across their sight line in the arena. So they're scared the horse, and their natural instinct is to run. So if you're in the middle of mounting and you don't have your feet in the stirrups, that's where you can run into trouble. I wanted to show you the incorrect way to, or a incorrect way to mount your horse. And I don't recommend this. As you can see here, we have a really nice tall mounting block. They come in different sizes. The first one I was using is a more portable one. This one stays here at the farm, but it's pretty big. So I'm gonna be mounting pretty much the same way. My reins are in my left hand. Get on the mounting block. And it's pretty high, it's pretty tall, and as you can see, because my horse is not super tall, I can just swing my leg over and get on her. And then her instinct now is to just walk off. I don't have my feet in the stirrups. I do have the reins, but I don't have my feet in the stirrups. So that is not the correct way to mount. You always want to be able to put your left foot in the stirrup and then swing your leg over, get your right foot in. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, got value out of it, learned a little bit about mounting a horse safely and correctly. I'm going to be linking above a video that I did on how to saddle a horse, and you'll see me saddling her up in all of her tack. So check that out, and Pippa and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.